All right, guys, EzOscillator V.4 is officially live. This is our very own momentum divergence indicator, and this is all real time. This is a non-repaint, non-lag indicator. If you guys have used any other momentum indicators in the past, you'll notice that they're all repaint with their divergences, anywhere from 2 to 3 candles late, so you can't get that optimal entry. What we've done in this update is bring something new to the market. We've actually created real-time divergences that you can use on any asset on any time frame, along with creating an even smoother wave trend oscillator. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about EzOscillator V4 and how you can use to its maximum capabilities. All right, to start, we're going to go into the settings here and we're going to turn off the divergences. All right, so the first input inside of EzOscillator V4 is the wave trend. Now this is this very smooth trend ribbon that you see right here. This actually works on both Heikin-Ashi and Japanese candles. You can see that even on the Japanese candles, the wave trend is still incredibly smooth. Now the purpose of this wave trend oscillator is to show hidden and regular momentum shifts. When you see a wave trend flip at or near these overbought or oversold zones, you can expect the market to see some sort of trend reversal, especially if combined with the EzOscillator support and resistance levels. You can see that it's real time. All right, this is a non-lag indicator like I've mentioned. A lot of other trend reversal and momentum indicators on TradingView are actually lag, so they don't show you the real-time price action, and a lot of the inputs are actually repaint, anywhere from 2 to 5 candles. I've seen as many as far as 10 candles repaint. So what good is that, right? What good is having a momentum oscillator that predicts what the trend is going to do after the fact, right? That's no use. So what we've done is created a real-time momentum oscillator. Now in comparison to our V3, this is actually 2 to 3 candles quicker than the previous wave trend oscillator flip. You can see that pretty much any time you see these buy or sell dots, it marks some sort of local top or bottom, even on the 1 minute time frame, right? Not that I recommend a trade on the 1 minute time frame, but it goes to show just how accurate these wave trend flips are in the overbought and oversold zones. Now, obviously, the momentum oscillator works on a higher time frame the best, like any other indicator, right? You can see we have some buy dots, some reversal signals. You see some sort of reaction. Even though this doesn't look like much, this is, a 3% gain with no leverage. You can see that the wave trend flips right around here before the move actually happens. Then we see that decrease in volume. Price comes down right into that oversold zone where price comes up. Here you can see on Sol USDT, this sell dot called the move before it happened. We got this sell dot right here, and directly after you saw that huge dump to the downside. Anytime there's a local top or bottom in the market on a higher time frame, such as a 4-hour, more often than not, you will see these buy or sell dots before the move happens. And a lot of our users had success with this in the V3. So in the V4, you're going to get even quicker entries. Now let's jump into some of the other inputs, right? I showed you the buy and sell dots. I showed you the overbought and oversold zones. Now let's move on to the volume histogram. So the volume histogram is actually just as important as this wave trend oscillator. You can see that we're seeing an increase in volume at this EzOscillator support level with reversal signals, and then we get that buy dot on the oscillator. That would be our final confirmation to enter a long position here on Magic, and price pumps up 8%. So if you're using, 5 to 10x leverage, these can be very large moves. From there, we pump right into resistance with some reversal signals, a mild sell signal, and then we get that wave trend oscillator flip in that overbought zone right here on this candle before the downwards move happened. So you can scalp the market both ways using this indicator. Now, for best use, you want to use this oscillator at or near these overbought or oversold zones. So when price is ranging here and the oscillator is kind of just ranging in the middle, it's not at an overbought or an oversold zone, it's best to wait it out and wait for that strong move to one side and then take that long position once the oscillator is in the oversold zone. This is how you can mitigate otherwise false signals even on EzOscillator. So I highly recommend incorporating this oscillator into your trading, right? You can see we're at this overbought zone. We get that wave trend flip, volume is decreasing, and then we get that sell signal with a massive drop. So feel free to backtest this on your own, right? Like I said, this is a non-repaint indicator. It is actually a leading indicator, so it will predict what the market is going to do in advance. Also, if the volume is a little bit too small, you can increase the volume height here in settings anywhere from 1 through 3, and you can increase the height to make it a little bit more visible. That was a large concern that we had in the version 3, which we've now fixed in the V4. All right, next let's head into the bread and butter of this indicator, right? The real-time non-repaint divergences. So let's turn on the show wavetrend bullish and the show wavetrend bearish divergences. Now these are real-time non-repaint divergences. Here you will see some lines with the bull and bear labels. If you guys don't know what bullish and bearish divergences are, I highly recommend checking out the education channel in the Discord. We actually have a divergence cheat sheet showing you all the different types of divergences and how you can use in your trading. Essentially what a divergence is when price is doing the opposite of the momentum. For example, here on Link USDT, you can see that price is moving upwards as momentum is moving downwards, hence why we get those bearish divergences, and then we get a move to the downside shortly after. You can even see here the EzOscillator called a bearish divergence at the very top of Link USDT, followed by an almost 20% move to the downside with no leverage. Every divergence you see, especially on a slightly higher time frame like the 1 hour, you'll see some sort of reaction after these divergences. And like I said, this is real time. So this is not 2 to 3 candles delayed, right? These divergences confirm on the bull or bear signal. So if you want to go and backtest this yourself, you can backtest from the closure of these bull and these bear labels. You can see that after nearly every divergence, there is some sort of move to the upside or downside, depending on what divergence it is. You can see here, bullish divergence, price goes up, bearish divergence, price goes down, another bearish divergence, price goes down, bearish divergence calls it at the very top, price comes down, another bearish divergence, price comes down, another bearish divergence, price comes down. Here on Sol, you can see we had a bullish divergence, price came up, bearish divergence at the very top, price came down. We might have had a very small move to the downside, but probably would have been a stop out trade. You can see that the volume was still heavy in the blue and wasn't really declining towards the downside. So in a case like this, it's up to you whether you want to take these bearish divergences. That's why we have the volume there. If the volume is still bullish, increasing to the upside, then it's best not to take these divergences. So I'm here on Sol on the 5-minute time frame. You can see we had a bullish divergence confirmed right around here. Then we get that volume increasing to the upside, enter a long position, and you're in profit. And you can take profit at the trend ribbon flip in the overbought zone. Now these divergences are to be used at key levels only. As you can see, I was looking for a short around here at this easy algo resistance level. It was also with a golden pocket confluence, and we got a bearish divergence right at that level, which would be your short entry, and price drops. You can see here on the Bitcoin 1 hour chart, we had a bearish divergence confirmed right here on this candle with the sell signal, and price dropped. And we had a bullish bounce right off of a key level I was looking at with a buy dot on the oscillator. So use this indicator in confluence with other easy algo inputs to see some serious gains. Now there will be times in a steady downtrend that you will see a lot of bullish divergences or bearish that don't play out, right? This is why it's so important to have your key levels in mind. Don't just blindly take the bullish and bearish divergences, just like how you wouldn't blindly take the buy and sell signals. Always look at the volume, see what the price is doing on a higher time frame, and wait for price to come down to a key level. Every input inside of Easy Algo should be used in confluence with your own technical analysis. So none of these signals are to be taken blindly, but as you can see, when taken at key levels, these can be very, very powerful. You can see the oscillator has been absolutely crushing here on ADA. Price is making a lower low, momentum is moving towards the upside, we get those bullish divergences, volume is upticking towards the upside, followed by an easy algo buy signal, and we have a sell dot on the oscillator at the very, very top. You could have taken a short position there, or for more confluence, you could have waited for that double top with the bearish divergence on the oscillator. Again, we get a buy dot on the oscillator at this local bottom, price comes up, and we formed that bullish divergence, right, with the bull signal confirmed on this candle right here, and price came up. Another input we've added to help mitigate these false divergences is to only show the divergences in the overbought and oversold zones. So if you only want to see the highest probability divergences, you can toggle that on in the inputs, and you'll only see divergences that start in these overbought and oversold zones. These ones tend to be the most accurate and the most powerful as well. So be sure to toggle that on if you want a little bit less noise in your oscillator. And last but not least, we have the show baseline, which is that 0 line right here. Just a small customization because some people don't like to see that. I personally don't like to see the baseline. It doesn't have that much use for me, so I like to keep that off by default. All right, one last thing I forgot to mention was the alerts. So if you guys want to set alerts for these buy or sell dots or for these divergences, simply come up here to alerts at the top of your trading view, go down to EzOscillator V4. On your end, it'll probably just say EzOscillator V4. And then you can set a condition to any one of these alerts, right? We have the bearish and bullish divergences, the volume flips, the buy or sell dots, the divergences in the overbought or oversold zones, either bullish or bearish. And then for the trigger, set to once per bar close. You can call the alert whatever you want with the message, and then you can create the alert. Well, that's it for the EzOscillator V4. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know inside of the Discord. If you don't have EzAlgo already, be sure to check the first link in the description below. That will bring you to our website where you can get the 3 EzAlgo indicators, the EzAlgo V7, the EzOscillator V4, and the EzAlgo SR. Well, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I'll see you guys next video.